recent scrims they had after day 2 was either Monday or Tuesday. Gen.G was able to pick up 50 points on the scrim, coming into the second place. And Tiamba, though, during the scrim wasn't able to perform too well. So if Tiamba does slip on their feet, then we might possibly see Gen.G moving up the board with a lot of kill points and the placement points. But the plane is now all the way to the end. You're going to be seeing Tiamba just flying through to find some compounds for farming. It looks like they're going to split up a little bit, find a couple cars possibly.
Yeah, it's just them just looking for vehicles initially, of course, just trying to get, whatever they can. Motorcycles are wonderful on Miramar, especially typically Tiamba is going to be a 1-3 rotation team like Gen.G, but, we'll see if that's what they stick with going throughout and just honking at each other as a member of Entis. Now, nobody's got a gun in their hands just yet, so we're not going to see a crazy play like we saw in the EU PCS where the motorcycle spun out the UAZ and broke some hearts there for Navi, which was, of course, crazy and an awesome play. Initially, though, Yowook's going to get himself a quick down and kill to give our first death of the day.
L-Stars trying to just dip, get inside the vehicle and book it.
You and I are just kind of talking about what happened last week, kind of try to predict what's going to happen this week, look at the team's early rotations. It makes it nice if you're just kind of liking to look around on the screen to see what else is going on. Speaking of LYG doing well, they are going to kick it off by taking down poor G9. G9, man, he had that one day where he was rocking with the bolts, but since then, it's been a struggle a bit for him and Rush B Gaming.
But don't sleep on Rush B Gaming. Coming to PCS Asia Trading Showdown, they are just underperforming. I don't know what's up with them, but hopefully this week 2 is going to help them out. They had long enough breaks.
Well, there you go. I just saw him in the kill feed there. Spear's going to get Kendes under in a bit of a duel himself, trying to hold off another member of L-Stars. So L-Stars crosses Quadro
for the push. Sungjang's going to throw a helpful nade. WMB just lying on his belly. He knows the door's open. He's going to take a peek, but it's Sungjang to peek first. Under just waiting for his moment to just jump in the window and take the kill. Sungjang's going to go down to WMB, but the Under's on the flank, and that's going to be it for WMB. Sungjang did go out, flushed out, but in the end, Entis picks up a kill. Not the best play from Entis, but losing a player early on is obviously not the best thing. But in the end, they did take up a kill, so that kind of makes up for it.
On it and say, okay, if you want to come through here, you got to go through us, and that makes L-Stars kind of change their minds a bit. Leo doing the dirty to more members of Rush B Gaming. This time, it is Dab who goes down.
Rush B Gaming just losing 2 members just 8 minutes into the game. Only 2 players left for RBG.
And they're keying in on those kind of things. Really fun to see at the end of games when they're in kind of like phase 7, phase 8 circles, what they're prioritizing in their vision utilization.
Oh, Tiamba didn't want to take the challenge on the ramps. Could have been a fun one if they did decide to speed up those ramps. There are achievements from that. But they just decided not to do it.
Come on, show off for us, Tiamba. You're far enough ahead. It's okay. Oh, wait. This is Sun Sister. Okay, this is Spear getting Kendes. Kendes tries to just drive up, and nope. That Murado a little slow once you get off the roads. It takes it a while to get going on the off-road terrain. So good job there by Spear. Easy for him. And 4 a.m. We haven't seen much from them. Will this be kind of the world beaters that we have seen many times on the big stages? They're quite far behind, only 44 points, but 2 days, they are very, very capable of putting up 100+, no problem to put themselves in the conversation. Lou with some good shooting. He's going to find a Sura, and the team captain for Griffin goes down early.
Griffin, now they know. Lou's up top, an angle that's hard to peek from Griffin. 4 a.m. just going to close in towards Griffin and hopefully find a couple more kills. So we'll see this action. Too hard just booking it on the motorcycle. He's going to go on the run hot.
Oh my
but Luz is taking a couple spray downs. Not going to connect any of the shots. Does land 1 bullet or 2. Not enough to take the kill onto 2 hearts.
And the circle. You said it. You wanted it. You might be getting it.
I wanted it.
Still plenty of Pozo in this baby. Now it should shift north or west or south in theory. But it does not have to. It absolutely, positively does not have to. Rush B Gaming's Pow Pow desperately trying to hold off the Tianba push. Tianba coming up the stairs. They have a pretty good idea that they've got this one on lockdown, but a good defense by Pow Pow. Again, this is arguably the hardest building to push in competitive PUBG. So as far as that's concerned, Pow Pow does have a shot. I'm just curious if he's going to get any reinforcements.
Yeah, if you were to push those buildings, I've seen teams spend like 5, 6 nades just to clear out the second floor. That's why, but like, I don't know, like Pow Pow, he has a pretty good angle to hold on to, so we'll see that going. Pow Pow now on the outside of the building on top. He does spot out a player. Oh, the spray down connecting onto Lin Shun will be a down and a flush. Rest of the Tiamba players kind of having a sense where Pow Pow is going to be at now. Going to step themselves back inside the building.
Yeah, we do have the reinforcements. Pow Pow throwing down some smokes, trying to buy himself a little bit of time. The flames are on in there as well, so Pow Pow's going to have to go for that first aid, but a good grenade is going to find him. M200 is going to get the down, comes up the stairs. That should be an easy flush here in just a second once he gets into the smoke. Runs up onto him. Down he goes. Griffin does go out in the background of all of this as well, so a very disappointing start for them coming into this first match of day number 3.
In the meantime,
players, the ones we talk about a lot, like Tian Tian, these kind of guys, forever from 4AM, we're hovering around 1.1, 1.2 kills per round. There's some good work from LYG, picking up another member of Tianba, a little revenge there for the loss of maps. But going back to Longsker, he averaged about 1.8 kills per round. He was light years ahead of just about any other Chinese player that's coming into this lobby. Now, Gen.G is taking this dip. Now, somehow this worked out for Infantry last week, but this time, this one, it's right on the edge of the circle. I'm not so sure. They might be able to defend against Detonation Gaming, though.
This circle is a lot better for Gen.G as the top of the hill is blocked off by the blue circle, but the nade though from Pio is going to take down Machao. The res possible, but the Detonation Gaming, why all of their members are outside the circle almost. Malifaux and Gokri inside, but what more?
You're trying to do something under pressure from Carl, like I was talking about on those hills to the west. Detonation Gaming, I am not liking this. This is going to require you just out-dueling Gen.G to get through.
This is no good for Detonation Gaming White. All-Stars as well. They have to start moving because 11 seconds are left till the next phase begins to move inwards. Gen.G in the car just going to be moving in bravely to the center of El Pozo. Pio taking a little bit of beatdown, not enough to take him out. They're going to join up forces with the rest of the members. Alpha 5 and Enonix by Yolk, though. He's going to be waiting right at the edge of the window, taking down 2 players and a flush onto Pio. And Enonix is there to take the revenge onto Yolk. So, Gen.G, although they did lose a player, they are able to take this building for themselves.
Yeah, they put themselves in a bit of a bizarre spot coming into that ditch, and then the circle shifted away from them back into the city as they have to push on in. But, you can never count them out anytime, anywhere. They're great at just about every phase of the game, and it looks like the res should be coming through for Loki. So they are going to lose Pio, but again, that is not the biggest deal for Gen.G. They can do very, very well with 3 up. VLG, they're holed up inside of the hotel, inside of Pozo, as there is Renba quite close with them. Quadro pretty well spread out inside the city here a bit with their couple surviving members, as 4AM sets up. I tell you what, though, look at this 4AM split. They are all over the western side of this.
They have a really good investment into the land here. Although Long is like the only one kind of far away from the rest of teammates. He could definitely pull out if he does spot Curzon or any of the teams just trying to run him over, because they're gonna have to run through a vehicle. And Gen.G moving in hot. Alka 5 does go down from Spear, but 2 members are still alive from Gen.G. 2-on-2 with Quadro. So
VLG right behind. They heard the shots. They want the kills. Can Anonix defend this? I think he heard the steps from Ghibli. Now Ghibli is taking some damage coming across the street from Element Mystic. This buys enough time for Aqua 5 to come back up. Can Gen.G reposition themselves well enough to hold off this push from VRLU?
Hikari with the molly. That's going to burn the players of Gen.G, opening the other door to take the spray down. He does connect onto Loki, so Hikari playing around those edges nicely. Will take a smart down onto Loki. Tian Tian from the side will somehow take a down onto Aqua 5. So Gen.G suddenly, when they're they looked pretty good when they were pushing this building, but now they're all shaking.
And the grenade finishes off Anonix. It's actually Tian Tian who's going to get involved in this, get himself a double kill from Gen.G. Good stuff again from Tian Tian. Remember, we saw him as the solo in the city in a game on Erangel last week where he picked up 8 or 9 kills by himself. The guy is very, very dangerous close range. VLG licking their wounds, trying to get everything sorted. Still a lot of El Pozo inside of this circle. Will it continue to be that way when the next one shows itself? Oh, yes, it will. Oh, my goodness. We are like half-half on this one, Bench.
Oof. This one's a hard circle to play with. Players inside Pozo will try to rotate in towards the edge, and where 4AM is holding, if the players on the edge decides to rotate to the side where 4AM is holding, then that's gonna be a heck of a mess as well. But that's all the future, so we don't know what's gonna happen just yet.
Well, what's interesting about this one is if it shifts away from the city, then 4AM has a decent spot. There's actually quite a few ledges to work with by the road on the side of El Pozo here. So they could potentially not farm a ton of kills. It may look like they have a ton of high ground and other things, but there's actually quite a few places to hide, a lot of debris and other things inside of El Pozo as well that you can utilize. And there's Tian continuing to just pop off, taking down PH111 from Curzon. Luminous Stars has 4 kills for themselves. Long DD trying to come across. He is getting a lot of damage down onto him. Excuse me, that's his teammate Carl. Long DD's behind him. But L-Star is trying to come up and forward through here. Under trying to take advantage of it. Gets a decent amount of damage. That's going to put L-Stars on the ground. Carl takes a headshot. They're going to have to get their heels going.
You just saw that under spray control. That was really accurate. Just a little bit less to take you downs, but that's going to be Carl taking under down, actually. The grenade bouncing off the tires, and that's going to be enough damage, but it's going to be killed to take out Long DD and Zhao Yang finishing off Carl. So, Luminous Stars going out 13th place.
Yeah, there's no way that res is happening, by the way. We're phase 5 blue, not possible to res somebody inside of that blue. So that is going to be one sole survivor, Kale, for OGN. Back over to Quadra, who's been quiet inside of this hotel for a bit. Renba looks like they had to give a revive down onto him. Again, they really need him to get firing up. I mean, he has been their top fragger for quite some time. So far this tournament, been a little quiet, not super quiet, but a little bit quiet. And they have, a difficult situation in front of them as they're one of the teams that is outside of this new circle a bit. Or right on the edge of it, I guess.
Yeah. In the meantime, Infantry just looking to dip their feet a little bit inside the edge of this white circle. Remba taking out Fiachan. Kale is going to go out with the blue zone. I don't think he was able to rotate inwards, but Spear is going to go huge with that SLR.
Oh, that was a nifty piece of shooting there. Some help from Hikari and the other members of VLG. They really needed that. They need to get fired. But that is no easy task. VRL Ghibli has been very on fire. Spear and Hikari doing the dirty for them so far. Element Mystic only 1 kill, but this is what I love from Element Mystic. I look at this and I just think, oh yes, this is perfect from you, Element Mystic. This is how you should be playing.
Maknae on like maybe the 4th floor of the building, gonna be looking down towards. That's gonna be Ghibli. Hikari gonna go out. The rest of the Ghibli members were able to get inside the building, but Crazy Sam's right behind, hoping for a couple kills. Lash gonna peek through the gap of the window. Not gonna happen. And this is Crazy Sam just coming in from behind, taking a nice little kill onto Spear, and possibly the second one as well to the down player. Don't know who it is, but Elemental Mystic doesn't want to take a bite into this action because 2 of their own members are down as well, so they gotta take the res onto them.
Yeah, exactly. And Crazy Sam doing a great job taking advantage of the fight, third-partying it very well. Crazy Sam, arguably one of, if not the best players in Japan, one of the top fraggers in that region. He is an incredibly skilled player individually. Let's see if he can get up and around the corner, just missing those headshots. Some grenades coming through. He's going to see him whiz by his head. So now he has a pretty good idea of what's going on. Wants to block off his back angle, so he only has 1 to worry about, but it's not going to be in time as Kira V is going to come around and take him down.
Elemental Mystic, now they're ready to start shooting. Now they're ready to start picking up fights. Face almost connecting, but the counterfire was too good. He's going to be down to a 24, 25 HP here. Rest of the members. So,
well, you know what's interesting here? I think he's okay for now. I don't think he has to push out, but there's no way they're going to let him, do much as he is just completely stuck. I think he's just going to try to play for a placement point at this. Depending on what's going on with him, you can see that was Lash there from Element Mystic, but we'll see exactly what's going on with the surviving member, Lambu from VLG, as Kinch is now pushing towards the remaining members of Curzon and Tianba, spraying down the door, trying to open up the gates for himself and seeing if he can get anything going, but there has been another knock here on the Maknae.
4 AM, all of a sudden, their circle just got so good, so nice, so juicy. Boyless is going to be holding at the dead center. Longsker is going to finish off Curzon. Curzon a little bit underperforming for the first match here, but hopefully coming into the next games they are possible. Kinch as well, taking a couple spray downs, but it's going to be Kira V to finish off Lambu. Maknae does take a res, though. That's lucky for him.
Yeah, that's really nice. Gosh, Tian, you are so good at holding those angles. That was a really tight spray to come through. The molly's very well placed. Trying to pick it up. He hears the footsteps of Kinch. He's going to get him. Kinch came in there all alone. Can Tian get another one? That's 2. Can he find a third? No. Finally, it's going to be Maknae that takes him down. But my goodness, what a hold by Tian.
Tian just taking headshots left and right. That was some crazy action coming through. Lash does spot a member from Infantry, Zhao Yang. Is going to go down, but Elemental Mystic, they also have to move into the circle as well. This is going to be a big clash at the edge of the circle. Longspear does spot a player out. Not going to happen. The nade, or Maknae with the Kobe. Going to be going right through that window. And Infantry, they're gone. They're goners.
Yeah, this was just so well executed here by EM. And like you mentioned, Phase 6 is where they put the rocket thrusters on their backs and start plowing into teams, doing a really, really good job. Lash landing a headshot. They are absolutely feeling it right now. LYG, though, comes up. Heartbreakers. Going to get Maknae again. Lash as well got taken down by Lu. So there's only one standing here for EM. And in fact, the blue is going to finish the job. LYG losing a member to the blue here as well. So a nice push here at the end for Element Mystic. Gets them quite a few points, but a 5th place finish.
4 players remaining.
Cover in that respect as well. So GEX just pushing forward. This is great. That was a really nice timed push by Chaiwei. I mean, he gets up and in. Grenades are raining down on him. He's doing a great job dodging them. Oh, Leo, you can't hide in that truck anymore. Rest in peace, Silver.
That's going to be GEX versus 4 AM, but
spent themselves just getting to this point. You know, Chaiwei has nothing. He tries to get the spray. He gets one. There's going to be somebody coming up and over on top of him. Can he predict which angle they're going to come from properly? Listening for those footsteps, trying to get it done, but way less is going to be the heartbreaker.
Now the final player final 2 players remaining for GEX, Leo and Chaiwei. There's no way Chaiwei is going to take a res. I don't think that's possible. So Leo has to show his shooting skills and somehow manage to do a 1v4. But you know, all these pro players, they're all capable of doing this. Leo taking a little bit of damage from the blue circle. I think he wants to rotate from the side, but that's going to be 4 AM taking the first win for themselves, coming into the first match of the second week, first day.
And we talked about at the beginning, this is one of those teams that just seems to find magic on the biggest stages. They're confident, fearless, they're wayless. They're very, very good.
But yeah, definitely don't sleep on these guys. They are veterans. They are veterans of PUBG. They've been here since the early access days, so they know what they're doing. Like, they're not clueless.